Last week, while we were talking about area of circles, we did touch a little bit on radius and diameter, but today we're going to go a little bit deeper into these two terms. So any point on a circle is the same distance from the center of the circle. So if this is my center, and I go out to the outside, all of those are going to be the exact same distance away, no matter which direction I draw on that circle. This distance is called the radius of my circle. So if I'm looking at this circle here and it asks me to draw 3 radius lines, I might choose to do one here, I might choose to do one here, and I might choose to do one here. Doesn't matter where I put them, as long as they start at that center dot and go all the way to the outside of the circle. Now, ideally, they are also perfectly straight. This one here is not perfectly straight, but you get the idea of what is going on. The longest line segment in any circle is called the diameter. So any line that I can draw inside a circle is called the diameter of the circle. This line passes through the center of the circle. So if I want to draw a diameter, it's going to be very similar. It's going to go all the way across, but it has to go through the center line. So I might draw it like that. And woo, we're not going to do that one. That one is not a very good one, Mrs. Taylor. And I'm going to cheat a little bit, you guys. Use the line tool. So I'm going to have this one here and this one here, which both go through that center line. And so I'm going to have 2 diameters there. Now, when I think about this, my radius is half of the length of the diameter, because my radius is only halfway across my circle, and my diameter is 2 times or double the length of the radius. So we can use that information to create some equations. When we have equations, we often use letters to represent things that we don't know, or things that are going to change in every question. So we have used letters like this in the past. We've used W to represent width, L to represent length, A to represent area. And when we work with circles, and we've already talked a little bit about this, we're going to let R represent our radius and D represent the diameter. Now, once we have that information, we can write 3 equations to help us represent the relationship between the radius and the diameter. So we can say that the radius equals my diameter divided by 2. We can also write that in a fraction form, for those of you that prefer a fraction form. Wow, goodness gracious. So R equals diameter divided by 2. Remember, that means the exact same thing there. And we can also say that my diameter is equal to my radius times 2. Now, because mathematicians are lazy, we often will write this as 2R. Remembering that we don't put anything in the middle because we're lazy, we don't want to write that multiplication sign. Either way of those makes me happy though. Now, when we go through and we want to choose which one of these we're going to use, we're going to ask, what am I looking for? If I'm looking for a radius, I'm going to choose one of these R equals. So these 2 here, we are looking for our radius. Or our radius is the thing that we do not know. And then this one here is when we are looking for diameter. Or it is our diameter that we do not know. when we are going through, what we're going to do is we are going to use these equations. Now we have played with this a little bit. You guys have some practice sheets there in your notes, in your notebooks. Please grab those and give it a try. And basically what we're doing is we're either taking the radius and multiplying it by 2 to find our diameter, or we are taking our diameter and we are dividing by 2 to get our radius. So have a go at those. Let me know how it goes. If you have any issues, please let me know, and I'm more than happy to hop back onto an online chat and help you out. And I look forward to seeing you a little bit in our online meets.